Well, my plant peoples, I pulled the last plant out of that Aerogarden, and when I looked underneath the lid, oh my gosh, it looked really, really dirty. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to clean your Aerogarden using two different things. Let's go. What's going on, my plant peoples? I am the ADHD gardener, where I use gardening, houseplants, and humor as a form of mental health therapy. And that Aerogarden was disgusting. Really, really bad. Over the course of time, you wind up developing mineral deposit buildup. You'll also maybe get a little algae if you didn't cover it enough. I'm not saying I did that, but I did. A bunch of things can possibly happen. It's just what it is. You're messing with organic material. So, you know, organic material can break down, can leave a mess. So after you pull your last plant out of your Aerogarden, it is time to clean it up. And oh my gosh, you're gonna need it. If you leave the plant in the Aerogarden for a long period of time, those roots are gonna develop really big. So you may have a hard time trying to pull it out of, the Aerogarden. So you may wanna either cut them or yank them out. I mean, sometimes you may just have to do both. For this parsley, I left it in so long that I needed to actually cut the plastic so I can take the plant out. This tomato plant doesn't have that many, and it was easy to take out. After you take the plant out, I'm going to use some root hormone powder and just sprinkle it on top of the roots, because that is going to encourage some more root growth. And I know that this plant is going to need it because we're transferring it from water to soil. Now, when you transplant your plant into a soil container, your plant may experience some shock. So it's going to go, wilty, and parts of it can die. This part of the plant, that was actually going yellow, and it was on its way out before I even potted it up. So I'm going to be cutting off all of those wilted leaves. You're going to cut off the dead leaves. You're going to cut off the dying leaves. Yes, I know it's going to look a little harsh in the beginning, but it will grow back. It just needs to get out of that shock phase. You see the base of it? We're just going to cover it up a little more. But I know it looks bad right now, but you can see the new shoots. The new shoots are actually going to be very, very green. And you know that is a good sign. See the new growth right here? It's going to catch on. It just, it's going to take some time. I know we don't have patience, but that's what we're going to need. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about are what are the two different options of cleaning products that you can use for this Aerogarden. You cannot use dish soap. I repeat, do not use dish soap. That's not a good look. We don't want suds. You know how long it takes for suds to disappear. You don't want that. Well, your options are actually bleach and vinegar. That's it. Those are your only two options. Now grab your bleach or grab your vinegar or grab both, because technically you can wash this machine with either one. And let's go to a kitchen sink where there's more space and let's get the cleaning. The first thing we gotta do is clean the top. Oh my gosh. Don't hate on me, people, because I had a lot of plants in here and this could possibly happen to you. And I mean, we are gotta clean it, right? Over time, you can develop algae, which is the green stuff. You can, have like dead leaves that get stuck onto your tray or something. So we're just gonna have to wash it off. Being that this does not have anything filter related or anything electronic related, the dish soap is gonna be just fine. You see how this gets like gunked up right here in between where the little crack is? You may need like your fingernail or something sharp like a knife or something to really get at that edge. Every time the plant is done and you want to put a different seed pod in there, we're gonna have to clean it because it can get really disgusting over time. We're gonna be washing the Aerogarden itself, because if you see the inside of it, after you've taken off all those plants, it looks really gross, and we need to disinfect this and kill off any other pathogens that's inside of this, inside of the whole machine in itself. In order to remove the container, you need to unplug the filter, and that is that little plug right in the back. Now we're gonna empty out. Oh, look at the watercolor. That's nasty. That's nasty. All right. Now, if you check in between the filters and all the machinery inside of this container, you'll be able to pull out some leftover roots. Hold on, there we go. Can you see that? Leftover roots. Now I want those off. So pick off as much of the roots or any leftover debris that you see inside of this container. You want it off as much as possible. You can actually unscrew this right here and actually lift this up to just check out what the filter looks like. Maybe I should do that. Okay. Oh, shit. Well, this actually comes off. So, whoop, all right, there we go. Now, we can take off the top. Now I have one screw on here. Where's the other one? The last thing you want to do is screw up your own Aerogarden. Jack, don't screw up. Okay, you're gonna lift that up. As you lift that up, you see all those roots? The roots can get stuck and sucked up in the filter. So you want to remove all of that. You see how it's nasty? I mean, if you have like a little toothbrush where you can get inside of that, that'd be even better. Ew, look at that brown. That's gross, man. It's gross, but it's just roots, decomposing roots. That's nasty. Okay, now that we've rinsed this all out, we put it back. Put it nice snugly back. Oh shit. Oh, what'd I do? There goes that screw. Hold up. Put the screws back. I love power tools. I think I get that from my dad. All right, that's screwed on. Pop this. More roots, bro. Okay, now that that's done, at least the initial cleaning of the filter, now we can finish and clean up the container itself. Now, many moons ago, I was a practicing dialysis nurse. So after all of my patients left, it was time to clean the dialysis machines. Now, what we did, there was two options. We would use either bleach or vinegar. We primarily use vinegar, but we also did use bleach for the outside of the machines and, you know, all the other tubing and whatnot. But when it comes to inside of the machine, we use vinegar. So I'm gonna be using vinegar for the inside of the filter, you know, inside of the container, and using bleach, you know, well, I don't know if I'm gonna use bleach yet. I'm gonna see how well I can do with the vinegar. If you're just gonna use vinegar by itself, that's all you're going to use, is just vinegar. So I would fill this entire thing up, or it would be at least maybe 5 cups of vinegar, and you're gonna put it in this container, and then we're gonna run the machine with the vinegar inside of it. So the vinegar would run through all the tubing, through the whole entire machine, and start disinfecting it. Essentially, kind of like what we did with the dialysis machines. Now, if you don't have vinegar and you only have bleach, that's cool. You're going to fill up this whole container, but you're only going to use a 1/4 cup of bleach. All right. So this is going to get sucked up into the filter, and we're going to run the machine, and this is still going to clean. But remember, we're not using 5 cups of bleach because we need to dilute the bleach. So that's why we're going to fill this up and just add a 1/4 cup. And remember, if it's just vinegar, and that would be 5 cups. Now I'm using distilled white vinegar. Now another reason why I'm using the distilled vinegar is because this is actually going to help break down a lot of those mineral deposits that may be inside of your filter. So that is exactly what I'm using. 5 cups of this bad boy. And 1. That's going to be the entire bottle. 2. 3. 4. Okay, I'm a little short. That literally took the entire bottle. Okay. When in doubt, if you ran out of vinegar, you do not want to mix bleach and vinegar together. That is a no-no. Don't do that. So if you come up short like I did, then I'm just going to be using water, okay? Water is the only substitute in case you ran out of vinegar, all right? Now that I have the 5 cups of vinegar, which it was like 4.5 cups, so it wasn't that bad. Now we're gonna put this back onto the machine and run this for 5 minutes. Don't forget to plug back the filter, assuming it is dry. Jackie, is it dry? Nah, it's good enough. All right. We're gonna put our newly clean lid on top of it. You're gonna see that that light for adding more water is gonna be on there. You don't need to add more water because we already kind of did our thing. In order to get the water circulating within the Aerogarden, you have to press the plant food button. I pushed that button repeatedly, at least like 3 times before the Aerogarden started to kind of run and circulate for more than a minute. I'm using cleaning wipes to wipe off the top or the excess mineral deposit. Now you can use bleach or no bleach wipes. That's up to you. After you're done circulating for the 5 minutes, you're gonna dump out the water or the bleach. Doesn't really matter which one it is. Once you fill that up again with just water, you're going to recirculate that again for another 5 minutes. We wanna really ensure that there's no more bleach or no more vinegar inside of that machine. After you're done circulating this for the second time, you're gonna dump that water out, and now you're ready to go for your next plant. All you gotta do is just add up the water and then you're good to go. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got a sense of what kind of maintenance can happen or can occur when you have an Aerogarden system. Now, it's not just the Aerogarden that needs, some maintenance or some cleaning stuff. If you have other forms of hydroponic machines or just hydroponics in general, you are gonna have, a little bit of cleanup here and there. So it's only a matter of time where something can get messed up. That is jacked up. That is messed up. Is that messed up to say that in itself? Well, yeah, it's messed up anyway. Let me know down in the comments below, have you cleaned your machine before? Have you not cleaned it? Or you know damn well that you need to clean it, but you're too lazy to clean it? Let me know down in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video and you want to show me some love, then don't forget to smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, then consider subscribing. I drop a video every week and then some in between. Don't forget about the notification bell, because without the bell, you won't know I'm dropping a video. And last but not least, you can catch me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on there all the time. You can drop me a message. I post funny memes, a little bit of behind the scenes of my videos, a little bit of venting every now and again, because everybody's gonna vent. So until the next episode, you guys, you and me both are gonna be growing our happiness one plant at a time, one day at a time. Now catch y'all later. Peace and love.